Majorca, and we are on the launch of the new Ford S-Max, a very, very big hitter in the world of the 7-seat people carrier. What makes the S-Max so successful? Well, back in 2006 when the car was launched, it was probably the only sporty 7-seat people carrier out there, and arguably the only car you'd ever need. Whilst it combined the mass practicality of 7 seats and lots of space, the family needs were definitely met with the car. You also had the slightly sexier element of a car that handled very well, a car that looked very good, etc, etc. What we have here with this new car is an all new platform, and my goodness, they've done a very, very good job. As ever, it handles sublimely. It sticks to the road like glue. There is so much grip on offer. In terms of handling impacting the ride, because usually when you have, you know, quite a sporty ride, you get a firmer suspension. Yes, the ride is firmer than maybe what you'd like going over potholes and things, but certainly under low frequency bumps and things, it actually takes the impacts rather well. Now we're navigating a tight little Spanish street at the moment with a strange Spanish man in the middle of the road. Here he is. And I tell you what, the car does very well in terms of visibility. Nice big wing mirrors, very big windows, good visibility out the back, which is exactly what you want from this sort of family car. What isn't so sensible is my choice in engines this morning, which is the 2-litre 238 brake horsepower petrol. I did have the choice of the diesel, but I thought, you know, go big or go home today. So I chose to go big, and here we are, 238 brake horsepower later in a car like this. It is mated to Ford's PowerShift automatic gearbox, which also has these flappy paddles on the steering wheel here. Now, the engine does have a lot of power, but it's much higher in the rev range. It doesn't have that low down punchy torque of the diesel, obviously, but with your sensible trousers on, that's what you go for, the diesel car. However, the petrol is certainly a lovely thing to behold. You put your foot down, you get that noise, it actually shifts reasonably quickly for the sort of car that it is. Like I say, in tandem with that grip and that handling, it's a very, very good package. With the seats all folded flat, which all can be done actually by the push of a button, you have over 2,000 litres of space at the back, so you can turn it into a van if you really like. There is space for 2 children at the back if you wanted the extra boot room, I suppose, with the rearmost seats upwards. You'd have to be looking at something like Ford Galaxy for that, which has actually just recently been announced. But this car's real party piece is absolutely its handling. For such a big car, the way you can throw it into a corner and it just grips and goes, and the lack of body roll is fantastic. It is so... it almost boggles the mind. You think with this amount of mass being thrown around that there should be a lot of lateral motion, there should be some understeer, but it does very, very well to keep everything under control, and that is what has sold a lot of S-Max to people, because usually you have a people carrier, you sort of have to put up with the fact that it's not going to be the best handling car. But I suppose, do you know what? The new S-Max, with its very, very sporty new look, with this A-pillar that's greatly, which is a steeper gradient, and strong shoulder lines all the way down the car, it's vastly wider stance. I suppose this is very much a cake and eat it machine. Focusing in on the interior, it is a beautiful place to be. We're in a top specification car here, so we've got the half leather and the sort of the Alcantara styled seats. You get Ford's Sync 2 system, which is a great touchscreen system they've started rolling out across all Fords, which also comes with the ability to do voice commands, enabling you to ask questions such as where's the nearest pizza place, and it will list them all on the screen for you. In the second row you get a lovely flat floor, so that middle seat is very usable. The seats, as I mentioned, fold flat with just the push of a button. The rearmost seats, yeah, not really suitable for adults, maybe for short journeys if you had to. but that's sort of par for the course when it comes to these 7-seaters. On the road, it is very, very comfortable. When you're not using the all 238 brake horsepower of this car, it's a very tranquil experience. There's not a lot of road noise. MVH, you know, it's a lovely car to just sit down and do the journey. Now here we go. I'm going to use my 238 brake horsepower to get past these cyclists. That's the thing in Majorca, there's cyclists everywhere. Anyway, back to the car, and as you can see, the pulling potential of the car really is something to behold. The flappy paddle gearbox is something that I'm not entirely convinced by. There is about a second delay between my input and the gearbox changing. 98% of customers won't care about that. They'll just stick it in auto and off you go. There is a sport mode to the gearbox here, which does speed things up a little bit, but like I say, it's not the most rapid response. I'd say that's probably one of the very few things that I have bad to say about this car, because overall it is a fantastic package. It's always a roll of the dice in all new model, because in a facelift you can build upon the success of a car that you know will already do well. But an all new model, you start from this new platform that's been designed, and it's always a risk. You don't want to tarnish a well-reputed nameplate. That has not happened here. The S-Max is as good as ever, and you know what? The boost in premium quality of this car, including Sony's excellent 12-speaker surround sound system, is very, very good. Do you know what? I think it could even pull people away from more premium brands.